as y'all like to call them.
Y'all.
So Jay-Z, if you don't know what I'm talking about. If on his last album, the last song on the album, he sends a shot towards an old person and an old celebrity, and I didn't know everything that this guy was doing.
A trailblazer for the African American.
All that stuff. I didn't know all that. I didn't know he was an actor and he sung a Jamaican song.
Let me ask you a question. Y'all know how he's relevant to today's
I don't even know what I'm talking about yet.
Yeah, but I'm gonna ask y'all. We say.
Okay.
You know how he's relevant to today's culture?
How?
Because Wayne sampled him.
6'7".
That's so true.
So yeah, that's who we're talking about. We're talking about Harry Belafonte.
Yeah.
So Jay-Z, it was weird because just random. I didn't know the backstory, but Jay-Z just dissed him on his song. I'm like, why would you diss an old man on your song? So find out that Harry Belafonte criticized Jay-Z for not using his celebrity to help people.
Yeah. Him and Beyonce.
Yeah, him and Beyonce. He felt like he was just more of a selfish guy. So Jay-Z responded on his the last Magna Carta joint and basically said that, what did he say? Like he's
basically saying my presence.
Did he say it on the song or did he say it
Well, he said that I saw an interview where he was talking about him and he was like, basically my presence.
But do you remember what he said on the song?
No, I don't remember the song, but I
so there was some shot he sent back to him on the song. So then it was like, oh, there's beef. There's a beef. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then later on, this other stuff came out where they asked him in the interview, like, do you feel like you're doing enough for the community and all that kind of stuff? And that's when he said he feels like his presence is a gift. Like it's a charity in itself for him just showing up.
Gives hope to people like he's Jesus.
What is that? What is that about?
The epitome of pride. That's what that's about.
Does he really feel that way?
Yes, he does. It's the same person that's called himself J-Hove. Yes, he does. He is deceived. Like, seriously. Beyond deceived. Like, seriously. None of that surprises me.
That's funny. Wow. I think it's, I could see, okay, I'll say this. I could see where he comes from. Like, my presence gives people hope, meaning like, I'm like, when it comes to like President Obama, like a young black kid could say, I could be president because of we have a black president. It's proven that could happen, right? But at the same time, though, it's almost going back to that whole role model situation because, like, a lot of people don't want to be role models. Like, they don't desire to be role models. A lot of entertainers don't. So, like, for him to say that is like, I give y'all hope. Like my presence in a room makes you think I could be like that. But I mean, that's what anybody though that's successful in this world, they could say the exact same thing that he said. You know what I'm saying? So it's really in my opinion, it's really no difference than anybody else. I mean, what's the difference between him and Diddy, or what's the difference between him and anybody else? You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
What do you think, Soul?
I think that Mr. Z
Mr. Z
is definitely, on one.
Yeah, raise the mic up.
Oh, I think that Mr. Z is definitely on one. I think that when you are out there in the world, it is easy to forget that even those who don't believe still get grace, and even those who don't believe still can attain a mass fortune, and because faith without work is dead. But the key word is work. You still got to do work even if you don't have faith. That's the essence of a man. A man was given work to do before woman was created, and work to do after, and that was a part of the curse. So I said all that to say is that even though I'm not 100% with Mr. Obama, I think it's two different achievements. Someone who has something walking in a room, to me, doesn't give me hope. If anything, it's like, okay, well, clearly you've put yourself up here and you've accrued this mass amount of wealth, and I commend you for that, because not everyone is going to have the mental capacity to sustain it or the fortitude to forge ahead through failure. But what are you doing? How are you planting seeds? Like, what are you doing for the kids in the projects in Marcy where you came from? Like, what are you doing about the education? Like, yeah, when you come in town, everybody, comes out to greet you and to see you, but are you putting books in those children's hands? Are you putting food on their mother's tables? Like, all you got to do is make a song about it's cool to be in school, daddies rock with your kids like I do for Blue. You know what I'm saying? Marry a girl, just put a bug out there. So I say him walking in a room, if anything, it's distasteful. When you die, you can't take it, so you might as well be a Oprah and give it back.
So what about the things like somebody saying like, even though like to a young person, somebody could say Jay-Z's too old.
Too old to what?
Like for a kid, like a 14-year-old who likes like a Lil Wayne, Big Sean, these other type of cats, and they're like, I ain't listening to nothing what Jay-Z said. He's old. I can't relate to him. So what would you say to somebody like that?
Age has nothing to do with maturity. There's 50-year-old children. I mean, it's the truth. Age has nothing to do with maturity, and there's a lot of people out here still trying to be captivated and encapsulated in their youth. And Jay-Z, he dresses very young. He's almost 50. He's married to an incredibly younger woman who's on a level that, as a man who's on his level, definitely you would feel that some type of pride kicks in, and he has to kind of maintain some type of speedy heighten going on to match her. So as far as him being relevant, I think he's still very relevant because he's still selling a hope and a dream, so there's Jay-Z fans haven't outgrown him. So you can be 14, but you can also be 35 and still be a Jay-Z fan. Like, he's still selling out tours. Yeah. The only rapper that's really selling out tours.
No, what I'm saying is, like, when you're not listening to somebody, you don't care what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? So if, let's say you have millions of young kids that's like, Jay-Z is a pioneer, yeah, but he played out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because for some kids, they don't listen to people who've been doing it for years.
What does that have to do with him giving back to? No,
I mean, basically what I'm saying is, like, if they don't feel him, basically what she was saying, like, if he made songs about marrying a woman, or go to school. Like, if kids ain't listening to
35-year-olds is ignorant and ain't marrying their babies' moms, and so I think it's across the spectrum. Not to cut you off.
So wait, so is Harry Belafonte saying that he should be making more responsible music, or is he saying he should be giving more of his money to charity?
He should be more responsible to people. He should be being more charitable. That's what he's saying. Harry Belafonte is saying, do more for your community.
Stand up for more causes and stuff like that.
Do more for your community.
I'm not hearing him say that his music needs to change. I'm just hearing him say, now that you have all this notoriety, start when the Trayvon thing happens, be in the courtroom steps and say something about it. And when this happens,
I agree. The only people that wrote for Trayvon were Jamie Foxx and Spike Lee, like, publicly, when this happened. And Jamie Foxx rode that train all the way to the end, and I commend him for that. Beyonce and Jay-Z showed up at the rally about 2 weeks ago in New York. And but
so is that what he means, that him being there was all that he needed to
do? No, because at the end of the day, give to the Martin Fund. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce doesn't need to have a split second moment of silence at her concert before she goes into Halo as a moment of silence for Trayvon. Invest that money into something. That's what it's all about for me. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna have it, at least give it back. At least see, what your money is doing.
I guess my question is, what can he do to lose his notoriety? Because, I mean, he done violated the Cuban American situation. He's
untouchable.
What can he possibly do? I mean, it seems like.
Let me tell y'all a secret. This is the secret, okay? And this is what more African Americans need to understand. Money equals power. Power equals access. And access equals influence. And that's what Jay-Z has. When you have all of those elements together, who can tell Walmart what to do? Nobody can tell Walmart what to do. Nobody can tell Bank of America what to do. No one can tell AT&T what to do. When you get so big and you get to such a level of mass appeal and such a level of where Jay-Z has knocked down barriers that people thought 20 years ago, 10 years ago, that a black boy from the hood would never be able to accomplish. The problem with that is that that's not reality for most black boys. So when you have one, don't pull the ladder up behind you. Share the knowledge, share the wealth. If more people can be businessmen, set up a situation where more people can be businessmen. They don't have, because you don't talk about that, how you did this mentally, and the time it took and the plans it took for you to move from point A to point B. So that's my thing. If you're gonna talk about that you're not you're a businessman, show people how to become businessmen and businesswomen. It becomes selfish because you want people to be what's the word? Not jealous, but like panting dogs. Like, he did it, I can do it, but I'm out here without a clue. Set up a system so where, if you feel like, hey, this can happen for you, well, show me how. Unfortunately,
The path he's laid out in his music is sell dope, get big, learn how to rap,
You pay me.
get you a deal, put some music out there, stay on top of the game, get a couple businesses, marry a beautiful girl, and
a young
you
one
got it.
who's shaking her front.
What else has he said besides that?
Nothing.
What else has he said to anybody besides to do what he did?
Even though that's really not what he's doing, because he's really going to lunch with people like Warren Buffett and knowing how to invest and navigate through this system. But he's not going to say that. He's not going to say that on his platform.
It's selfish.
It is.
It's selfish because one thing that I can say about a lot of different races, they'll help you. You know what I'm saying? In my business, I work with a lot of Indians from Asia. And a lot of, Mandarins from Asia. And they help each other. What they do is to set up for Maya to come over here and be just as productive and just as profitable as me. And then what we're going to do is we're going to buy up businesses around us, kick out the employees, and bring more family in. And before you know it, now we've set up a conglomerate where we've taken over. And that's something that we as African Americans won't do because our situation's been so different. And those that have made it out feel like, well, I'm a phoenix out of the ashes, man. Like, nobody helped me.
But that goes all the way back to something we talked about offline, how culturally as a people we've been taught to be divided. We've been taught to be against one another. And that literally goes all the way back. It just does, because that's what was instilled.
Well, let me bring this home. How do we prevent this thinking from permeating the Christian hip hop world that we're primarily a part of? How do we keep it from being like, well, I'm hot, I'm gonna stay on top of my game, I don't care what y'all do? How do we develop that mentality of, if I get an opportunity, I'm gonna share it with you, because that in turn helps me, because now we have a stronger base? How do we do that with Christian music? Because honestly, you've seen it, it's not always like that with Christians.
Yeah,
we don't do that either, black, white, or whatever.
Yeah. That's a whole nother topic. That's like another hour. But all I have to say is you got to look out for other people besides people in your crew. Prime example, if I was to make it big or whatever, and people like, Jeremiah, who should we listen to? I'm going to name you a list of people. I'm not going to just say, oh, FMG, everybody in FMG. That's it. That's who y'all need to listen to. Miles Austin, Sincere, Lauren Amati, Sean Graham. I'm not just naming my own personal crew. I know enough people. I could say 7 from the West Coast. I could say Social Club in Miami. I could say Andy Manilla. And I'm not associated with none of these people, but I just want to push them because I think they got a good product for people to see and to hear. And some of these cats, they know about different people in different regions that's making noise, but they refuse to say it. They just stick to their own personal clique. And to me, that at the end of the day, that's not pushing the culture forward. That's really making it look worse.
And you've done a great job at that. And that's what the Trackstarz have always tried to say from the beginning. It's like, look, no matter how big or small we are, we never want to act like we the best and the biggest and the this and the that. Like, if you have a radio show idea and you trying to get that done, you need advice, holler at us. If you're an artist and you could even, your success may even stop ours.
Yeah.
It matters nothing to me, because the true thing is that we have a goal in mind. And the goal is to see Christian music and Christian entertainment be viable in mainstream media, to where we're not a joke.
Yeah.
So whoever can do it, if we can help somebody do it, if we can do it ourselves, we could care less. We just want it to happen, because there needs to be counter people to a Jay-Z who doesn't walk into a room and says, my present is a present. You know what I mean? My presence is a present. So we need people that are in there like, no, I don't care what y'all think about me. You guys need to check out these people over here.
Yeah.
Y'all need to look at my savior. Don't look at me. Like, that's the attitude we need there. So it's not going to happen by everybody just trying to, monkeys in a barrel, just trying to push everybody down while they're climbing up. It's hard to believe.
Yeah, I'm like, monkeys to get out. Crab won't.
You talk about
That was
black people,
racist.
That
That was real racist. No, I'm just playing.
But whatever's in the barrel, don't put other people down while you going up. And it's counterintuitive, because you feel like, man, if we're FMG and we big up Social Club, then people will listen to Social Club instead of FMG. I don't care if y'all listen to us. Yeah. Whoever can get it done, get it done.
Yeah. But
we need people up there.
Yeah. It should. The situation should be a takeover mentality. Remember when we was in DSR, and that mentality that Trayvon gave us, it was like one person to build here and another person come in, help that person build there, and we start having forts of different things. And if going back to Christian hip hop, if people did that, we would have taken over a long time ago. But the problem is just I'm stuck in me and my own crew.
If people do that, period, outside of music, you know what I'm saying? You just got to be set apart. Yeah. That's my thing,
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. All right, let's get back into some music. Noteworthy's coming up next. It's been a long time. We are excited. You in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Wright, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
You can stay, you can